Have you ever seen someone in their 80s walking with ease, full of strength, confidence, and vitality, while someone in their 60s struggles with a cane, gasping for breath after just a few steps? It's one of the great mysteries of aging. Why do some people remain vibrant into their later years while others seem to decline too soon? The truth is, it's not luck, not genetics, and certainly not magic. The real reason lies in a few simple, scientifically backed habits that can significantly influence how you age, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Today, we're revealing what I call the 6 golden habits of healthy aging. If you're over 50, this message is for you, because these aren't vague tips or empty promises. These are proven longevity habits supported by top doctors and researchers from institutions like Harvard and the National Institute on Aging, information most seniors never get to hear. At Live Healthy After 50, we believe aging shouldn't mean giving up your independence, energy, or joy. It should mean gaining wisdom, freedom, and the ability to live life on your own terms. Whether you've been looking into senior health advice or just beginning to consider daily habits for longevity, this video will provide you with genuine, natural health strategies you can begin using immediately. We're talking about practical, realistic changes that support wellness after 60. No gimmicks, no medications, just honest action. Here's the part no one mentions. Small habits often make the biggest impact. Once you're already feeling exhausted, forgetful, or shaky on your feet, it's much harder to recover. That's why the right habits, practiced consistently, are your best defense against the effects of aging. So what are these habits? What do those strong, independent 80-year-olds know that others don't? Keep watching, because in the next few minutes you'll discover 6 powerful steps to regain your energy, protect your mind, and maintain your independence, without spending a lot or overhauling your entire lifestyle. Before we begin, if you find this kind of honest, useful guidance helpful for aging well, please like this video, subscribe to Live Healthy After 50, and share it with someone you care about. Here's a question for you. One that might shift everything. What's one small habit you've committed to lately that helps you feel more alive? Share it in the comments below. Now, let's begin with the first habit, so simple it's often overlooked, yet strong enough to transform your life. Habit 1. Walking daily, the simplest habit that helps you stay young. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need special gear. And no, you're not too old to begin. Walking, something you already know how to do, might be your most powerful natural weapon against aging. Every step you take activates your body. Your heart beats harder, your lungs fill deeply, and your joints move instead of stiffen. The true power of walking is in its long-term effects. According to Harvard Medical School, walking just 30 minutes per day can lower your risk of heart disease by up to 40%. That's not a small difference. That's a longer, stronger, and more independent life. Your body was made to move, and when you stop using it, you start losing it. Let's talk about Raymond, a 73-year-old retired mechanic from Ohio. A few years ago, he struggled to climb stairs at home. My legs were heavy, my mind felt foggy, I thought it was just aging, he said. His doctor recommended walking, nothing extreme, just 10 minutes daily. 2 years later, he walks 2 miles every morning. No more cane, no more back pain, and most importantly, his energy returned. It feels like I've added 10 years to my life, he said. Walking boosts circulation, reduces blood pressure, and increases oxygen to your brain. That means clearer thinking, stronger memory, and a more stable mood. For seniors over 60, walking isn't just movement, it's medicine. A Stanford University study showed walking boosts creative thinking by up to 60%. If you feel stuck, down, or overwhelmed, put on your shoes and head outside. The rhythm and the fresh air clear your mind. Picture this, you're 85, not in a wheelchair, not stuck in a recliner. You're outside, walking the same trail you loved at 55. Birds overhead, sunshine on your back. You feel strong, steady, and alive. That's what walking offers. Not perfection, but progress. Not speed, but consistency. Start small, 5 minutes around the block, a short walk after dinner, even pacing during commercials. Every step matters. Each one says to your body, I'm still here and I still care. Walking adapts to your needs. You can walk alone and reflect or walk with others and connect. Whether slow or brisk, the key is to keep walking. Aging gracefully isn't about reversing time. It's about moving forward with purpose and the steady power of a habit that delivers. You don't need a perfect body to start, but if you start, your body will improve, and so will your life. This is your moment, your habit, the simplest act today that your future self will thank you for. Habit 2. Eat to live longer, not faster. Food isn't just fuel, it's information. Every bite tells your body something: to heal, to defend, or to slowly decline. Many age-related problems don't start in the joints or brain, they start with what's on your plate. If you're over 50, your nutrition matters more than ever. Your body needs extra help to fight inflammation, repair itself, and keep your immune system strong. But many older adults opt for fast food, frozen dinners, or processed snacks, convenient and cheap, but harmful. Evelyn, 68, from Arkansas, used to eat that way: toast for breakfast, deli meat for lunch, microwave meals for dinner. She felt drained, her blood pressure spiked, her joints hurt. One day her doctor told her, "You're feeding illness, not wellness." She began adding real, colorful vegetables: spinach with breakfast, roasted carrots at lunch, salad every evening. 6 months later, she had lost 15 pounds, her cholesterol improved, and the mental fog lifted. She didn't diet, she went back to eating foods that looked like they came from nature. Leafy greens like kale are loaded with vitamin K for bone health. Fatty fish like salmon provide omega-3s to protect the brain. Whole grains like oats help balance blood sugar and prevent energy crashes. Hydration is essential too. Our sense of thirst dulls with age, but water still regulates body temperature, transports nutrients, and removes toxins. Choose water over soda, herbal teas over sugary drinks. Add lemon or cucumber if it helps you drink more. A study in neurology showed that seniors who followed a Mediterranean-style diet had a 30% lower risk of cognitive decline. Preventive medicine on your plate. Now let's be honest, nobody's perfect. You don't need to count every calorie or swear off chocolate forever, but there's a big difference between treating yourself and sabotaging your health. Processed meats, packaged snacks, and sugary cereals, these are not neutral choices. They speed up aging from the inside out. They inflame your joints, dull your thinking, and exhaust your body. This is why so many doctor tips for older adults start with food. It's the one part of your health you control 3 times a day, and it doesn't have to be complicated. One simple rule: if it doesn't look like it came from nature, it probably isn't helping you. You don't need to starve yourself, you need to nourish yourself, not for vanity, not for weight loss, but for energy, for clarity, for freedom. When your body feels good, you move more, you laugh more, you live more. So open your fridge. What do you see? Is it building the future you want or holding you back? You have the power to choose foods that support your independence, that protect your memory, that prevent the illnesses we often blame on age alone. Eating well is not about restriction, it's about intention, and every intentional bite you take becomes one more step toward a life that feels good, not just longer but better in every way. Start with one meal. Make it fresh, make it colorful, make it count. Sugar and sugar-free. Keep your mind fit. Don't let age steal your memory. Your legs need movement to stay strong, so does your brain. Most people worry about losing mobility as they age, but they don't always see the silent threat creeping in: memory loss. It starts small: a forgotten name, a missed appointment. You brush it off, thinking it's nothing, but then it happens again and again, and suddenly it feels like your thoughts are slipping through your fingers. Here's what too few people are told: your brain can stay sharp, active, and engaged for decades, but only if you train it. Mental decline is not an automatic part of aging. It's a result of neglect, and the good news is, with the right daily habits, you can protect your mind just like you protect your bones and muscles. Reading, for example, is one of the most accessible and powerful brain exercises. Whether it's a novel, a newspaper, or even a recipe book, when you read, your brain has to focus, process, and remember. It activates areas responsible for comprehension, memory, and imagination. Think of it as lifting weights for your memory. Then there are puzzles, crosswords, Sudoku, logic games. These challenge your problem-solving skills and force your brain to adapt. Studies from the University of Exeter and King's College London have shown that people who regularly engage in puzzles experience better short-term memory and processing speed than those who don't. Let me tell you about Martha, 70, from Minnesota. After she retired, she started forgetting details. Nothing major, but it scared her. So she started small, reading every morning, playing word games on her tablet, and even taking a beginner Spanish class at the local community center. "It's like my mind woke up again," she said. I feel more alert, more present, and I'm actually having fun. Fun matters. When you enjoy the activity, your brain is more likely to stay engaged and form new connections. That's key to brain health after 60, and that's why learning something new, like painting, a musical instrument, or even digital tools, can be so powerful. It pushes your mind into unfamiliar territory and builds new pathways that support attention, focus, and memory. One of the most underrated brain boosters is conversation. Engaging with others forces your brain to listen, respond, and adapt in real time. When you talk with friends, share stories, or even debate ideas, you're not just socializing, you're exercising your brain. In fact, older adults who stay socially active show slower rates of cognitive decline, according to research from the Mayo Clinic. This is why senior health tips must include mental fitness. It's not optional, it's vital. And you don't have to spend hours a day doing mental gymnastics. Even 15 minutes of reading, a few puzzles, or a meaningful phone call, these small, consistent choices add up. They help you hold on to the most precious part of aging well, your sense of self. Healthy aging isn't just about moving your body, it's about staying mentally alive, curious, engaged, awake to life, because your memories are more than just facts, they're your connection to who you are and who you love. So the next time you choose how to spend your time, ask yourself, is what I'm doing keeping my brain strong or letting it grow dull? You don't need a special program, you just need a reason, and here it is. Because your mind is worth protecting, because your story isn't over, because the best parts of life still need you, present, aware, and connected. Your brain is listening to what you feed it, so feed it stories, challenges, conversations. Feed it something that makes it grow. That's how you keep your memory, by choosing not to give it away. So could reinforce staying strong as you age. It's not age that weakens you, it's muscle loss. People don't grow old because of the number on their birthday cake. They grow old because they lose strength, and the science behind that decline has a name: sarcopenia. It's the gradual, often unnoticed loss of muscle that begins as early as your 40s and accelerates after 60. But here's what most don't realize. You can slow it, stop it, even reverse it, not with medication, not with expensive treatments, but with something simple: resistance training. Your muscles are your independence. They help you stand up without wobbling, carry your groceries, and climb stairs without grabbing a railing. When they fade, everything becomes harder. The great news is that even gentle movements done consistently can bring your strength back. Alan, a 74-year-old retired postman from North Carolina, learned this firsthand. After a mild fall at the supermarket, his doctor told him he was at risk for future injuries due to muscle loss. Instead of waiting for things to get worse, Alan started slow, just 5 minutes a day of wall push UPS, light dumbbell lifts, and short squats near the kitchen counter. 3 months later, he wasn't just steadier, he was stronger. I didn't think it would make this much difference, he said, but now I can get out of my recliner without bracing myself. This is what daily habits for longevity are all about. Not dramatic change, but simple effort repeated over time. If you're looking to age with power, not just passively drift through later years, resistance training should be your foundation, not to build bulky muscles, but to preserve the ones you already have. And no, you're not too old to start. In fact, the older you are, the more you need it. Start with bodyweight movements. Gentle squats using a chair for support, arm curls with water bottles, planks on a wall to activate your core. You don't need to go to a gym, you just need to move with purpose. According to the National Institute on Aging, strength training twice a week can improve balance, reduce fall risk, and boost bone density. That's not just helpful, it's life-saving, because falls are one of the leading causes of injury in people over 65, and strong muscles are your first line of defense. This isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional too. When you feel weak, you hesitate, you avoid the walk, you stop playing with your grandkids, you begin shrinking from the life you used to enjoy. But strength training changes that. It gives you back control. It gives you confidence. And here's the part no one talks about. It makes you feel younger, not because your age changes, but because your posture improves, your steps feel steadier, your body feels more alive. Every time you lift something a little easier than before, you remember that you are not fading, you are rebuilding. This is senior health at its core, preventing problems before they start. If your goal is over 60 wellness, don't skip this. Make strength a non-negotiable, not for appearance, but for freedom. The next time you stand up from a chair or reach for a cabinet, ask yourself, do I feel strong? If the answer is no, you can change that, starting today. Aging doesn't take away your strength. Inactivity does. Your body, even now, is waiting for your signal to fight back. Number 5. Social connection, the overlooked medicine for a longer life. You can eat right, walk every day, lift weights, and sleep 8 hours, but if you do all that in silence, alone, something vital is still missing. Human connection isn't just a nice-to-have, it is survival. For older adults, it may be the most powerful form of healing that no one talks about. Loneliness is more than a feeling, it's a biological stressor. According to research published in Perspectives on Psychological Science, chronic loneliness increases the risk of early death by 26%, the same risk as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises inflammation, weakens your immune system, and speeds up cognitive decline. Your body, brain, and heart all know when you're alone, and they respond. Carolyn, a 76-year-old widow in Arizona, used to spend most days inside. Her kids had moved away, her husband had passed. She told herself she was fine until she wasn't. Sleep got harder, her blood pressure rose, her memory started to fade. Everything began to change when she joined a local book club. Weekly discussions, shared laughter, and a reason to anticipate tomorrow transformed her days. "I didn't realize how much I missed someone saying my name," she confessed. That illustrates the power of social connection. It anchors you and affirms your sense of belonging. And it doesn't require much, just a phone call, a stroll with a neighbor, volunteering at a community garden, or helping at the public library. These are more than social activities. They're natural, cost-free health boosters for seniors. Unaddressed loneliness leads to isolation, which shrinks your world, narrows your outlook, and steadily erodes joy. Connection does the opposite, expanding horizons, brightening spaces, lifting spirits, and strengthening the body. This isn't merely graceful aging advice, it's a wake-up call. Face-to-face conversation releases oxytocin, lowering stress and improving mood. Your immune function rises, heart rate steadies, and the mind becomes sharper. Research shows socially active seniors are far less likely to suffer dementia or depression. Consider how often a simple chat leaves you feeling better, whether you shared a story, a laugh, or a memory. That uplift is chemistry, not coincidence. Senior home remedies aren't just about herbal tea, they're also about community. Being in places where people know your name, recognize your voice, and care that you're present. You don't need a crowd. 1 or 2 genuine relationships can suffice. If distance or drift has thinned your circle, rebuild it. One message, one invitation, one shared coffee at a time. You weren't designed to navigate this stage of life alone. You're meant to be surrounded, seen, included. If you feel even a hint of loneliness right now, act today. Call an old friend, join a group, greet someone new. Your heart, brain, and future will thank you. Habit 6 is deep sleep, the vital practice many overlook. Sleep isn't indulgent, it's your body's nightly repair center. Yet as we age, it's often the first thing neglected and one of the first aspects to deteriorate. Poor sleep does more than leave you tired. It muddles memory, disrupts hormones, weakens immunity, and steadily erodes mood, focus, and healing. Sleep may be the most potent longevity tool available, but many recognize its importance only after damage sets in. Michael, 67, from Colorado, woke 3 or 4 times nightly. Prescribed pills left him groggy. Only after adopting a new bedtime routine, screens off after 8, gentle stretches, and a fixed lights out, did everything improve. "I didn't just sleep better," he said. "My thoughts cleared, my blood pressure dropped, and my energy returned." Deep, restorative sleep doesn't just rest the body, it revitalizes life. While you sleep, the brain removes daily toxins, consolidates memories, moderates cortisol, and balances insulin to guard against weight gain and fatigue. Without sufficient quality sleep, even diligent efforts, walking, healthy eating, socializing, yield diminished benefits. Our need for sleep doesn't decline with age, but our ability to fall and stay asleep does. That isn't failure, it's biology. Work with it. Create a restful environment. Dim lights an hour before bed, keep the bedroom cool, quiet, and dark, and avoid bright screens that suppress melatonin. Instead, read or meditate to signal wind down time. Maintain consistent bed and wake times, even on weekends, to steady your internal clock, more fragile after 60. If racing thoughts persist, Jot them down or listen to calming music. Such gentle habits align with natural rhythms. Hydration matters too, but reduce liquids a couple of hours before sleep, and avoid caffeine or heavy evening meals. They interrupt deep rest even if you doze off quickly. A good night's sleep is among the simplest ways to stay healthy after 50. It sharpens cognition, elevates mood, shields the heart, and primes the body for next-day movement and thought. Walking trains muscles. Sleep builds them stronger. Nutrition fuels the day. Sleep processes that fuel. Conversation keeps the mind lively. Sleep preserves memories. Perfection isn't necessary. Consistency is. Even several nights of quality rest per week can lower inflammation, heighten focus, and boost well-being. Tonight, honor your body's request. Create space for deep rest. Treat bedtime like a doctor's appointment, recognizing that sleep forms the foundation of health. Stop viewing sleep as expendable. See it as a daily gift that maintains sharpness, steadiness, and strength. Aging marks not an ending but a chapter to live on your terms, with clarity, resilience, and purpose. These 6 habits require no wealth, flawless health, or head start, only that you begin today, not someday. Age alone doesn't weaken you. Abandoning the habits that kept you strong does. So what will you choose? A stroll around the block, a mind-stimulating book, a nourishing meal, a friendly call, a bedtime stretch. Each is a daily decision that promotes longevity and builds a life worth living. Let these be the years you live healthy after 50, not just longer, but fuller. Not merely existing, but thriving. Healthy aging isn't about evading the end. It's about making every day count. Which habit will you adopt today? Share in the comments, and if this message resonates, pass it along. Remember, your greatest wealth is your health.